Dear gracious Heavenly Father, God, we thank you so much, Lord, for this and another day. Lord, we're so grateful, Lord, for all your wonderful blessings that you bestowed upon us today, Lord. We come to now, Lord, ask that you bless this meeting, Lord. Bless each and every individual that's here, Lord. And bless this meeting, Lord, as it goes out throughout the duration, Lord. I ask all these things in your dear gracious Heavenly name. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, it's May 16th, and I'm going to call the City of Corbin Board of Commissioners regular meeting to order with a roll call, please.
Moore. Here. Reeves.
Here.
Knuckles. Shepherd.
Here.
Rasmus.
Here. First on the agenda is to approve the April bills for payment.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Moore.
Yes.
Reeves.
Yes.
Knuckles.
Yes.
Shepherd.
Yes.
Rasmus.
Yes. Let's approve the minutes from the April 18th meeting as corrected by Tori about an hour ago. Because of Bob. No, it didn't because of you, Bob.
Set motion.
Second.
Reeves.
Yes.
Knuckles.
Yes.
Shepherd.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Rasmus.
Yes. All right, next we're going to hear a request from Eric Edwards regarding parking issues on High Street, which is a dead-end street.
You might need to speak up, I don't know if it's working.
Yeah, I'm not working on Anyway.
Just holler.
that. Okay, I can do that.
All right.
So, I believe that High Street continues and is actually dead-ended at the end of our street. But the street itself is too narrow for two cars to go down. There's been a couple issues. One of which where, a car, like a 2017 Ford Mustang, was trying to like turn around on the street and then actually came down and hit my house. Because the street's so thin, they couldn't even turn around. And, due to the fact that there's not really a good way to pull out, everybody backs down the street to get out, and then the area that we can actually back into to pull forward onto the street is actually owned by, I want to say his name is David Root. Last name is Root, but I believe his father passed away. When paired with them, they bush hogged that whole area, but request to widen the road or add a cul-de-sac.
Where is High Street?
It is up on Hatfield Street. Go up Barkley Hill, take a right, and you go to Hatfield, take a left. There's only like 5 houses up through there, 4 or 5 I
there's-
counted the other day.
Yeah, the two on the end are basically on the street, so.
And only 1 or 2 have driveways in the other street, right? I know
Yeah.
the house down at the end does.
The house down at the very end doesn't have a driveway.
Or they're just parking on it.
Yeah, so they just park at the end of the street and say, we forget something, have to run back into the house to get something. They have to leave, and they have to leave right now. So, kinda creates an issue, and, just trying to figure out what would work best. And then we worry about like, if they have a fire at the end of the street or anything like that, it'd be hard to get it in there and take care of stuff like that, so.
Is it a fire hydrant?
Yeah, I went up there and looked at it the other day after Tori gave it to me. My recommendation would be that we get with Jeff, Public Works Director, go over and look at it, see what we can and can't do.
Just make sure you still have no problem.
Oh, I know where the property line is, I know who on the right is, and it's private property, so. We'll look into it and see, if you give me your phone number.
Yeah, I can do it right now. 765-698-6518. And then all the mailboxes are actually moved down to the end of that street, so if there is like room for a sidewalk or something going with the street, if it is widened or anything like that, there's elderly neighbors going up and down the street, so if they could have the mailboxes moved back to either
That's US Post Office, and we cannot do anything with that.
So they moved them because they couldn't get down the street, and they're actually turning around in my parking spot.
Is
And
the box type from one location for everyone's mail?
yeah, it's 4 different boxes, 4 different mailboxes, but, so yeah, the post office will come down the street, pull into my parking spot, turn around, and then come back down, but there's not even enough room for them to back out, so they back into the middle every day. Yeah, anyway,
Which house is yours? What's
704.
Okay. We'll look at it, so we'll.
Thank you guys so much, I really appreciate it.
Just keep us in the loop.
Will do.
All right, next on the agenda is a realty presentation by Eric Smith.
Hello. I am Eric Smith. I'm with Remax Creative Realty out of the Lexington office. Represent a client, Jason Candy. I think he will probably give you probably a little bit different, more details to the presentation. I do, for the commissioners, have updated sort of proposal. It will be a courtyard Marriott, so I do have some sort of stock photos if you guys want to look at those, sort of the idea. For the site, which is, of course, beside the office. And I do have an update to the offer, which has been presented to Marlon. I think maybe you guys shared that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got it.
There's one small change on that, which we can talk about later. It just affects the client, actually. That's pretty much all I got. Jason could probably, would want to tell you a little bit more detail of what we've got planned, and which we can go over all. But if you've got any questions that I can answer for you on the real estate side or anything else, I'm more than willing to do that, and I'm sure we can answer any questions.
Anything on the offers or anything, we need to keep that.
Yes,
And we will go into executive session a little while and talk about that.
absolutely.
Do you have anything you'd like to say, Jason?
Well, I'll just go. Well, my hope and goal is to hopefully build a courtyard here in Corbin. And so, don't wanna go into too many details, I suppose, but, pretty excited about it, and, supply those photographs, give you an idea of what it, could look like. There probably is some updated designs that's not there. This would probably take a minimum of 15 months if I were to break ground today, for example. So, things on the design side changes quite a bit, but that gives you a really good idea of what, I'm proposing, and so. But, that's all I have at the moment.
We appreciate you all coming by, and like Bob said, we're gonna go over, who said it? Marlon? Somebody said it. We're gonna go into executive session and make sure that the Board of Commissioners, gets advised on what we discussed at our meeting last week, and,
Absolutely.
all right?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. And you all feel free, you don't have to stay at this meeting. We won't be offended if you decide to slip out.
Okay.
That would be fine.
All right, thanks.
All right. All right, moving on, we're gonna read and award bids for blacktop, cell phone, landfill, and stone services for fiscal year 2023.
For blacktop, we got one bid from ATS Construction for CL 2.38D surface 64-22. The cost is $82 per ton for virgin materials and $82 per ton for recycled materials. For CL 2.75D surface 64-22, it's $78 for virgin materials and $78 for recycled materials. The cost to haul and apply the asphalt is $23 per ton either material. And that was the only bid we received.
be my recommendation, we go with ATS.
And do you have to pick a surface material, or does it just depend
It's
on
according to which
road?
road, what you're doing.
I guess we don't really have any other options here. Make a motion to approve the bid from ATS Construction.
Yeah.
Second.
Do you make a motion to close the bid?
So I'll make a motion to close the bids and accept the bid of ATS Construction.
Do we have to do them separate?
You should close them and then do it.
Okay.
Motion
I'll
to
second the
bid.
closing.
Okay.
Knuckles,
Yes.
Shepherd.
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Reeves.
Yes.
Rasmus.
Yes.
Motion to accept the bid of ATS Construction.
Shepherd.
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Reeves.
Yes.
Knuckles.
Yes.
Rasmus.
Yes.
For cell phone services, the first bid we received was from T-Mobile and Sprint, and they submitted, a bid that had multiple prices per month, per line. There was a government unlimited for tablets, 11 gigabytes, and the monthly recurring charge with a 15.5% discount would be $19.86 per month, per line. And the Simple Choice Unlimited Mobile Internet for government would be $29.58 per month, per line. For the smartphone plans, government unlimited voice smart device would be $24.51 per month, per line. And for the Simple Choice basic flip phone device, it would be $12.67 per month, per line. The second bid we received was from Verizon. It is a total cost of $61,245.36, and their bid included free iPhone SEs and jetpacks with unlimited data. We received a third bid from Appalachian Wireless, and the total price for equipment was $74,317.03. The total cost, shown on their sheet was $109,532.64, and that included a 20% discount. They did a breakdown of all the equipment, and whenever you added that up, it was kind of different from the price that they showed in the total cost. And whenever you added up all the equipment, it was a total of $128,020.93. And their bid included a 12-month device financing for iPhone 13s, iPad Air 9th generation iPad flip phones, and MiFi devices with unlimited talk and text, and there was 25 gigabytes of data per line per month.
So what did you say AT&T still does?
We didn't receive a bid from AT&T.
Okay, I thought you said, that's who we had last year, right? Verizon, okay. That was all spring.
No, that was it.
Oh, was it? Okay, sorry, I went off in La La Land. It's a 61,000, what's your recommendation? Total? Okay.
Make a motion to close the bids.
Moore,
Yes.
Reeves,
Yes.
Knuckles,
Yes.
Shepherd.
Yes.
Rasmus.
Yes.
Mayor, it'd be my recommendation, we stay with Verizon.
I made a motion to stay with Verizon.
Reeves,
Yes.
Knuckles,
Yes.
Shepherd.
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Rasmus.
Yes.
For landfill bids, we received one bid from Waste Connection of Kentucky on Laurel Ridge Landfill. It was $35 per ton delivered to the landfill, and it was $51.98 per ton from the transfer station. There is a $1.75 cost per ton, which is the state fee included in both of the bids.
Motion to close the bids.
Second.
Knuckles,
Yes.
Shepherd.
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Reeves,
Yes.
Rasmus.
Yes.
Motion to accept the, bid from Waste Management, or Waste Connections, whatever it is, Laurel Ridge, Waste Connects of Kentucky and Laurel Ridge Landfill.
There you go. Second.
Shepherd.
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Reeves,
Yes.
Knuckles,
Yes.
Rasmus.
Yes.
For stone, we received one bid from Hanson Aggregates, for the DGA material. The price per ton was $17.95. For number 57, the price per ton was $20.55. For number 23, it was $19.15. For number 8, it was $22.75. For number 4, it was $19.30. For riprap, it was $18.75. For channel liner class 2, it was $23.50, and all that is priced per ton, and delivery is included in all of those totals.
Motion to close the bids.
Shepherd?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
Reeves?
Yes.
Knuckles?
Yes.
Rasmus?
Yes.
Recommendation to do Hanson.
Motion to accept the bid from Hanson Aggregates.
Moore?
Yes.
Reeves?
Yes.
Knuckles?
Yes.
Shepherd?
Yes.
Rasmus?
Yes. All right, we got that done. Next on the agenda is to ratify the mayor's signature on a warranty deed for 402 Engineer Street.
Motion, ratify their signature on the warranty deed?
Second.
Reeves?
Yes.
Knuckles?
Yes.
Shepherd?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
Rasmus?
Yes.
Looks like somebody ran into the fence over there too. Y'all didn't know that.
It was about 3 months ago, we tried to go over the bridge, overlay. We have everlasting gates getting ready to replace them.
All right. It's been a long time since that bridge has been closed. Okay. Resolution 2022-3, a resolution for a land and water conservation fund for a new recreational project.
Resolution 2022-3, whereas the city of Corbin proposes to acquire recreational resources to provide for the health and well-being of the general public, and whereas the city of Corbin intends to make application to the Department of Local Government for assistance under the Land and Water Conservation Fund Act of 1965, and whereas the Land and Water Conservation Fund is limited to funding a maximum of 50% of proposed project cost estimated at $75,000. Now therefore be it resolved that the city of Corbin hold reserve 50% of proposed project cost for the purpose of matching the Land and Water Conservation Fund assistance, and be it further resolved that in the event a grant is awarded, the city of Corbin understands that it will sign assurances to comply with all applicable federal and state laws, rules, and regulations, especially Title VI of the Civil Rights Act and Section 504 of the 1973 Rehabilitation Act.
And we are looking to provide a small type playground on that 402 engineer site. They're supposed to be getting with me tomorrow on the price of everything. We have till the 31st to turn this grant in, so we have to go ahead and do this.
Exciting. Yeah.
I make a motion we approve the resolution.
Second?
Knuckles?
Yes.
Shepherd?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
Reeves?
Yes.
Rasmus?
Yes. Approve?
And authorize the mayor to sign the warranty deed with the Corbin Board of Education for the improvement and widening of 20th Street. This has already been done in the past, but it was not recorded properly.
Actually, it was not recorded at all.
Oh. That is.
Prepared by me, sent to everybody, and it got lost somewhere. So the Board of Education was doing some surveying work, field work down there, improvements. They couldn't find the deed. So I prepared a new deed. Something y'all approved years ago,
Is 20th Street where the new entrance is?
Yes. What happened was we had to have, the school board owned that property, they bought it, they wanted to build a new entrance, and it required, I think we got some grant money or something. And, they couldn't do it on their own, so they had to make it a city street, which it should be, a city street anyway. Extension of 20th Street, but the deed was just not recorded. And we found the deed.
Motion to approve and authorize the mayor to sign the warranty deed regarding 20th Street.
Second?
Shepherd?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
Reeves?
Yes.
Knuckles?
Yes.
Rasmus?
Yes. Tax refunds to the following: Danny or Marcia Kilburn, 702 High Street for $258. 2020 bill number 1981 in the amount of $127.62. And 2021 bill number 1964 for $130.38. And Doug or Sherry Carter, 509 Swan Street, $383.28. 2019 bill number 534 for $125.28. 2020 bill number 499 for $127.62. And 2021 bill number 489 for $130.38. Both were eligible for homestead exemption.
Motion to approve the tax refund.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Reeves,
Yes.
Knuckles,
Yes.
Rasmus,
Yes. Resolution 2022-4, a resolution adopting and approving the municipal road aid agreement with the Transportation Cabinet for fiscal year 2023 for $161,940.69.
Incorporated City of Corbin, resolution adopting and approving the execution of the municipal aid co-op program contract between the Incorporated City and the Commonwealth of Kentucky Transportation Cabinet Department of Rural and Municipal Aid for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2022, as provided in the Kentucky Revised Statutes, and accepting all streets referred to therein as being streets which are a part of the Incorporated City. Be it resolved by the legislative body of the Incorporated City that the legislative body of the Incorporated City does hereby accept all streets referred to in said contract as being city streets which are a part of the Incorporated City, and the legislative body of the Incorporated City is hereby ratify and adopt all statements, representations, warranties, covenants, and agreements contained in said contract, and does hereby accept said contract, and by such acceptance agrees to all the terms and conditions therein stated, and the chief executive officer of said Incorporated City is hereby authorized and directed to sign said contract as set forth on behalf of the legislative body of, and the city clerk of Corbin is hereby authorized and directed to certify thereto.
All right, I need a motion to accept this money.
Mayor, that's the basic money that we will be getting from the state, and it comes in three distributions. They'll send us 94,000 of it the first round. Second round will be what's left over, 30% of that, and then 3% of it we have to set aside for emergency fund.
Make a motion to accept the resolution. Second.
Moore,
Yes.
Reeves,
Yes.
Knuckles,
Yes.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Rasmus,
Yes. Approve rates for health, life, and dental insurance for fiscal year 2023 for city employees.
Tori and I have been working on this for the last couple of weeks, and Spirit, who is our provider we had last year, the same provider. After meeting with the representative, it'd be my recommendation that we go with them again. Employee is $541.76. Employee spouse is $991.38. Employee child is $887.58. And employee family, $1,444.64. Our total health would be $676,116.48. Our dental would be $27,044.16, and our vision will stay the same. Our total for health dental would be $706,592.64. Our health insurance went up 15%. At one time, it was 19.8, and they got it worked down to 15%. And our dental went to 10% increase.
And I think everybody's been satisfied with that company this year.
Tori and Heather are the ones that work with that every day, and they've not had a complaint one, I don't think, this year. And Bruce has neither.
Make a motion to approve the rates recommended by city manager. Second.
Reeves,
Yes.
Knuckles,
Yes.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Rasmus,
Yes. I'm gonna slip in a resolution for the Kentucky wildlands that we've been requested to adopt.
This would have resolution number 2022-5. Whereas the National Park Service is evaluating the feasibility of including the Kentucky wildlands as defined by 41 counties of Appalachia into the National Heritage Area System, whereas the Kentucky wildlands represents distinctive aspects of the heritage of the United States, and whereas the Kentucky wildlands is an assemblage of natural, historic, and cultural resources, and whereas these resources are worthy of recognition, conservation, interpretation, and continuing usage, and whereas the Kentucky wildlands is rich in natural beauty, ancient forests, cliffs, lakes, culture, and folklore, and whereas East Kentucky Pride has begun an all-out regional tourism marketing initiative to capitalize on the region's majestic beauty and rich heritage, and whereas East Kentucky Pride is spurring economic development in Appalachia by promoting it as a regional tourism destination, and whereas the Kentucky wildlands contains the Cumberland Gap, the original gateway to the west, and whereas the Warrior's Path was one of the nation's first interstate trails, a 12,000-year-old path of commerce that began on the Atlantic coast and traveled through the resource-rich Kentucky wildlands to the Great Lakes, and is currently being redeveloped as a multi-purpose recreational trail from the Cumberland Gap to the Ohio River, and whereas the opening of the Boone Trace through Appalachia in 1775, first road into the land that was to become Kentucky, combined with the Declaration of Independence of 1776, together began the westward movement, when citizens stopped being British and became Americans, whereas the American spirit to dream a dream, seek it, achieve it, and triumph was born in part from the events taking place in Appalachia, whereas the city of Corbin contributes to the heritage, natural beauty, and history of Appalachia, whereas Corbin is home to a natural wonder of the world, Cumberland Falls State Park, the only place in the world that you can view the Mumbo, whereas Corbin is home to the Daniel Boone National Forest and a large portion of the Sheltowee Trace National Recreation Trail, as well as the Laurel River Lake, which is a 5,600-acre reservoir that produces hydroelectricity, whereas Corbin is rich in heritage and history and has 4 structures that sit on the National Registry of Historic Place: Sanders Cafe and Museum, Engineer Street Bridge, L&N Railroad Passenger Depot, and the Carnegie Library of Corbin, whereas Corbin is dedicated to preserving a history and heritage in the city through the formation of the Historic Preservation Board, whereas Corbin houses the last remaining steam engine in the world to be handcrafted by the L&N that has been fully restored to its grand luster, whereas Corbin is a city that is part of the Kentucky wildlands, whereas Corbin is home to farm-to-table restaurants that utilize locally grown crops in their dishes, whereas Corbin houses the Pinball Museum of Corbin, which preserves and educates the history of pinball machines, whereas the city of Corbin hosts events that preserve and educate about our Appalachian heritage. Be it therefore resolved that the City Commission of Corbin fully supports the Kentucky wildlands and East Kentucky Pride in its application to the National Park Service for a National Heritage Area designation, and will participate through private and public partnerships where appropriate to achieve that end.
I'm gonna give a shout out to Maggie. She wrote the Corbin part, so I appreciate that, Maggie. That was really good. Makes me want to visit. All right, can I have a motion to sign this resolution?
Motion to accept the resolution.
Knuckles,
Yes.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Reeves,
Yes.
Rasmus.
Yes. I'm going to make a replacement on the tourism board. Barry Mays he sold his business that was inside the city limits of Corbin, so I'm going to replace him with Lisa Craddock, one of the owners of the Depot restaurant, and that term will expire May 2024.
September 30th.
Okay, or something like that.
Yeah.
September 30th, 2024.
Motion to accept. Lisa, you said Craddock?
Craddock.
Second.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Reeves,
Yes.
Knuckles,
Yes.
Rasmus.
Yes. City manager's report. Do you want to not do him first and then go on to executive session?
Executive session first.
Okay, go ahead.
Need a motion to go.
Excuse me, Bob.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Need a motion to go into executive session pursuant to KRS 60.18, section 1, subsection B, discuss the sale of real property. Need a second? Second.
Second.
All vote yea.
Yeah.
Roll call.
Roll call.
Moore. Here. Reeves.
Here.
Knuckles.
Here.
Shepherd.
Here.
Rasmus.
Here.
The Board of Commissioners met in executive session pursuant to KRS 61.810, section 1, subsection B, to discuss the sale of real property. No form of action was taken.
Just give us a call and we'll set up a meeting, okay?
Okay.
Okay. All right. City managers report.
Last month, you all gave me permission on the 911 for the fire and police. After talking with the company and with AT&T, they are the only provider in the state for KIH3 communications. They have a contract with the state. Spoke with Bob. We don't have to bid that out.
As long as it's state contract.
State contract, and I've got the proof here.
Okay.
And we will go ahead, and that can be paid with our money. Tori's already checked into that for me. So I need 66,000.
How quickly can they do that?
I'm gonna order it tomorrow.
All right.
We need a motion on that.
Second?
Moore.
Yes.
Reeves.
Yes.
Knuckles.
Yes.
Shepherd.
Yes.
Rasmus.
Yes.
Also, in the last 5 months, we've lost 2 occupational tax collectors. And it's been basically due to the amount of pay. It starts out at $26,780. Sky is actually working by herself down there, handling all of it. And one person cannot do that, plus she's already scheduled vacation paid for it. So, Sky and I both talked and interviewed, Robin Mahan, who would be willing to take the job. My recommendation, we put it at $35,568 salary job. She will be the occupational tax collector, so she'll also learn what Sky does. As deputy city clerk, yes, I'm sorry. Collector, I get them all mixed up, there's too many of you.
Not enough, obviously.
Right. There's plenty of ladies here during the day. That's my recommendation. 'Cause we-
Sky keeps having to train and then we lose them and then she trains and it's becoming a problem. It's a really important job and everybody knows.
It takes almost a year to learn that program.
I'll make a motion to accept the recommendation of hiring Robin Mahan, starting salary of $35,568.
$568.
A second. Be lucky to have this thing yet.
Reeves.
Yes.
Knuckles.
Yes.
Shepherd.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Rasmus.
Yes.
And also have a recommendation from our Public Works Director that we make Cameron Campbell, put him on the concrete crew. He is a full-time employee already.
Motion to move Cameron Campbell to the concrete crew.
That's an automatic pay raise, is that correct? $1 pay raise, okay?
Knuckles.
Yes.
Shepherd.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Reeves.
Yes.
Rasmus.
Yes.
And then move Lee Miracle, who is our concrete foreman, from $11 to $15. If we went out and hired this, yeah.
I make a motion. Shepherd.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Reeves.
Yes.
Knuckles.
Yes.
Rasmus.
Yes.
The 2 things, Mayor and I spoke with GRW on the Master Street project. They are working to get the finalization on all that. And we spoke with the gentleman from Brent Setter Carroll on the pool. They're working to get all that final too. So hopefully within the next month, we'll have an idea on the pool cost and getting sidewalks on Master Street.
I got a question. I know we approved the municipal aid funds for the year. Do we have a road? Do we have the list of roads?
Jeff is meeting with ATS Wednesday to go around town. He's got his list, but we gotta look at some other roads.
Okay.
But one of the things we'll have to do, and we've done put it off last year, 7th Street has to be milled from where they did the new down to the corner on Kentucky. Has to be milled up. We got several water issues there. That's all I have.
All right, thank you. Any department heads like to come before the board? Here comes Rusty.
I'd like to get permission, from the city commission to advertise for officers again. We've exhausted all of our prior applicants that we've had and we didn't get any. We need to advertise again.
Motion to advertise for new officers.
Second?
Moore,
Yes.
Reeves,
Yes.
Knuckles,
Yes.
Shepherd.
Yes.
Rasmus.
Yes.
And with that being said, one of the former officers has considered coming back and I would like permission. I spoke with Marlon today. I'd like to get permission to hire him back. It's Officer Will Stewart.
He shouldn't have left.
Totally defer to you on that
The
one.
one good thing, we won't have to train him, he can go right back into the doctor.
I'm just joking, Will's a good friend of mine.
Glad to have him back. So we'll need that in a motion to rehire Will Stewart.
Motion to rehire Will Stewart, Corbin Police Department,
As the pay he was getting when he left.
at the same pay he was getting when he left.
Second?
See, it's great working here.
Knuckles, Shepherd, Moore,
Yes.
Reeves,
Yes.
Rasmus.
Yes. Is that it? All
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
Barry, need anything? Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary.
I guess it is good to be working here, starting on
30.
35th years.
35 years, Barry May.
I just got one other thing, need to move, Brad Baker from probation, fireman. His year's up today, and he's anxious to be put on full-time staff. He's a good guy, so
Awesome.
y'all have to vote on it.
Motion to move Brad Baker from probation to full-time fire department.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Reeves,
Yes.
Knuckles,
Yes.
Rasmus.
Yes. Jeff, got anything? No? Mike, got anything? No?
I do.
Oh, Sky.
One thing we forgot.
Okay.
So can we remove Dorena Frazier from all the signature cards and put Robin Rayner as that person on all these city accounts? Please,
Again.
thank you.
The bank does not like us.
No, they do not. That's another thing.
Require motion. Yes.
So motion to remove Dorena Frazier from the city accounts and replace her with Robin Mahan.
Yes.
Second.
Moore,
Yes.
Reeves,
Yes.
Knuckles,
Yes.
Shepherd.
Yes.
Rasmus.
Yes. Christie, got anything?
I'm
You're-
tired.
I understand. Perfectly understand. All right, Bruce, you got anything? No? All right, Maggie, come on up.
Wait.
Maggie
where's-
Monholland,
where's my
come
turn
on
to
down.
decline? I got nothing, Mayor. Nothing.
She would never do that.
Oh, well, I'll try to keep it brief, though it seems like it's been way longer than a month since our last meeting, just because there's been so many amazing things happening. So on the downtown side of things, Colonel Fest was a humongous success this year. I had about 6,000 people downtown for family-friendly fun, all kinds of great stuff, from camel rides to arts and crafts, inflatables, and just all kinds of good stuff. So we will continue to expand that event, and grow that event as we continue to host it year after year. So, you'll start to notice that the flower pots are popping with color. We'll work with the Public Works Department to finish the beautification, the spring beautification program on Main Street this week. So we'll have all of our baskets and pots, and before you know it, we'll be putting up our new summer banner design. So Main Street's looking really pretty. The City of Corbin, Downtown Corbin, the Whitley County Health Department, and Corbin High School partnered to create bike racks. So the health department gave the city a grant, which enabled the students in the welding department at Corbin High School to build awesome bike racks. There are 7 locations and we'll be working this week to install them. And then finally, it's the best time of year. The splash pad opened today. That got over 300 shares on Facebook, which is just a prime example of how successful that facility is and what an awesome addition to the city that it has become. So summer is finally here. Now on the tourism side of things, the original KFC opened with a bang. The $3 million renovation makes it a bucket list must-see attraction. And so they have experienced huge volumes of visitation. And if you haven't checked it out, you definitely need to go in and see it. It's awesome. We are working on a new brochure design to launch hopefully about midsummer. We are working with the Holler Creative on a new promotional video for tourism that will go on different digital platforms. And then we've been working with some interns on some social media initiatives. Now on Fridays on our Instagram account, you can follow Where's Clucky, and our mascot will be at different locations every Friday to highlight that featured Friday business. So then Saturday is our first movie at the park, presented by State Farm Insurance. And of course, we'll be showing cars. We have a variety of sponsors who will be doing pizza, popcorn, drinks for the kids. And that movie starts at dark. Tour buses are going strong. We're greeting those tour buses every day, and it's a lot of fun. And speaking of tour bus, kind of motorsport tourism, our office was very excited to release the new Ivy Dam Motorsport Trail. So that will take you from downtown Corbin, around the lake, across the spillway, and then back in downtown Corbin. So motorcyclists and car enthusiasts will shop, eat, and enjoy everything that downtown has to offer after riding on the new motorsport trail. So
How many miles is it?
I think it's 36.
Sounds great.
Yeah, we're starting to host bike night, so.
Alright.
Yeah. And actually, you'll appreciate this, Bob. So we're gonna have a chip made.
That's great.
A chip made, and which helps businesses, so lots of
That's
fun
awesome.
stuff.
Good job,
Thanks,
Maggie.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Let me know, I'll get you a bunch of people show up.
I'll do it.
I don't doubt that. All right. Anybody from the audience like to say anything? Audra Maines, good to see you back.
Thank you there.
I was wondering what happened to you. Good to see you.
It's been a rough 3 years, aside from COVID.
Well, it's good to see you.
Thank you.
All right, if that's it, we need a motion to adjourn.
That motion.
Moore,